Have questions about your pets? Looking for your next forever friend? We've got you covered. This is Pet Connection with Energy 95.3. Now, here's Erik Fox.
And a very beautiful Wednesday. Beautiful in its own words, its own way. What's going on? It's Erik Fox from Energy 95.3, joined on the other side of the screen by Nick from Kern County Animal Services. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing excellent. How about yourself, Erik?
Not too bad. AC's blasting here, and I'm sure it is there for you guys as well. And we got a very special guest who is very fascinated by what's on the screen right now, and that is Ladybug. What can you tell us about Ladybug?
Yeah, she's very interested in your voice this morning, Erik. I have with me Ladybug. Ladybug is just one of those dogs that if you look at her face, she's got a story to tell. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. She's not a puppy. She's an older gal. She's about 7 years old, and she's had a bit of a rough go of it for the last few months. She had a couple of owners who were struggling to make ends meet, and from what we understand, they had to leave the state, and they did not want to turn her into the shelter. So they left her with their elderly grandmother, and their grandmother just could not handle Ladybug just because she's a big girl. She's a sweet girl, good with other dogs, very sweet with everybody she comes across, not a mean bone in her body. But she's a big girl. She's about 55 pounds, and so she's a lot to handle. And this lady was 74 years old, so she reached out to us for some assistance. And even though we normally nowadays can't really take surrendered dogs just because we don't have space, we made an exception for her. And that was back in early August, August 2nd. And this is September, 7th. And she's still with us. So Ladybug is just one of those dogs that, we've had for over a month now. I've had her on the news at least once. And we have featured her on social media. But she's just a sweet girl. She's an older girl. She's not a high-energy dog. She's not aggressive with other dogs. She's very sweet. She just needs a home. And we're all praying and hoping that somebody comes forward to give her that home.
Well, we definitely want to give Ladybug a home. We have the information right there on the screen. A1166290. That is Ladybug who's joined us today. It's so sad because it's not the dog's fault, the circumstances that they find themselves in. But Ladybug definitely could use that little couch time with you. When you're binge watching through a series or something on the Netflix, have Ladybug along with you, right?
Absolutely, I think she'll make a good couch potato. But she's like any other dog, especially shelter dogs. She's gonna need some time and some resources too. She's gonna need to still spend some time outdoors. She's she's not at that age where she's that we know of feeling joint pain, so you want to limit her activity. She's still young enough that she's gonna need to be outside. Gonna need to get some active time so that she stays healthy. But she's a good, sweet dog, and she deserves a chance. And we just know that somebody's out there that's a perfect connection for her. She's going to be a good family pet too.
And she's just ready to go through the screen right now. So if you're watching right now, Ladybug is ready for you to come over and get her a home, get her a yard, get her if your home needs some more love, Ladybug's got a lot of love to give. We got the information once again on the screen. A1166290. That is Ladybug who's joined us today. We were talking about outside. We got to give them some outside time and exercise. But definitely with how crazy the heat is this week, definitely some things to remember, right?
Yeah, the simplest thing to keep into consideration, and we say this all the time, not to make it complicated about how to handle your pets when the temperature is what it is right now, is the same precautions that you would take for your small child, the same precautions that you would take for your elderly relatives or friends, you want to take with your pets. When it's 111 degrees out like it is right now, your dogs are sensitive to that, and even sometimes more so sensitive than we are because they don't have sweat glands in their body, or at least in the same way that humans do. They can't dissipate heat through sweat, The They can dissipate heat through their pads on their feet, and they can pant to cool their bodies down, but they don't have the same cooling mechanisms that you and I do. So we want to keep that in mind. We don't want to leave our pets outside in the elements with no ability to get out of the direct sun, with no fresh water, for extended periods of time when the temperature is extreme like it is right now. Will do irreparable harm to our pets. So we want to make sure that we take those same precautions. You wouldn't leave your small child out in the direct sun for extended periods of time. You wouldn't leave an elderly relative or friend outside for extended periods of time. So we don't want to do the same thing for our pets. They're equally as susceptible.
Well, definitely some great advice always to keep in mind. It's one of those things where we can sometimes lose focus a little bit on the important things we need to do when it's ridiculously hot like it is right now. And then once again, we do have Ladybug on with us today. A116290 is the number, and the scrolling phone number at the bottom, 868-7120. And when are you guys open so someone can go down and spend some time with Ladybug and get Ladybug home?
So every Wednesday, which happens to be today, we stay open late. So on Wednesdays, we're open from 2 p.m. until 7 p.m. So that folks who work until 5 p.m. can come down to the shelter to see what we have available for adoption. So every Wednesday, 2 to 7. But other than that, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. is our adoption hours. And they can come down and see Ladybug. She's in our adoptable kennels. You don't even need to know her animal ID number. You could just simply walk in and say, I want to see Ladybug. Most of our staff will know exactly who you're talking about.
And of course, speaking of adoption, you guys still have some adoption specials going on right now too, right?
Yeah, we sure do. Every Friday and Saturday, it's a sort of a back to school kind of deal. Every Friday and Saturday, all of our adoptions are just $20. And that's all dogs and cats, just $20 every Friday and Saturday throughout the month of September. It's important to recognize also that on any given day, our normal adoption fees are waived for animals that have been in our shelter for over 30 days. Because the longer an animal stays with us, the higher likelihood that they might not make it out alive. So we want to make sure that we, if that's an obstacle, that we waive that. And I bring that up because Ladybug here has been here over 30 days, so her adoption fee is waived. So she has no cost for somebody to take her home. But as far as the month of September, every Friday and Saturday, all of our adoptions are just $20.
Let's get Ladybug a home. So once again, Kern County Animal Services is where you contact. We got the website and the phone number scrolling at the bottom. And of course, all the information on all the events you got going on is at your Facebook page as well. Nick from Kern County Animal Services, along with Ladybug on set with us today. We appreciate you spending some time with us. And let's get Ladybug a home, right?
Let's do that.
It's been another edition of Your Pet Connection with Kern County Animal Services and Energy 95.3. We'll see you next time.